Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
I'm so excited for you guys to meet today's guest. She is an amazing woman with an eye for magic and making you look and feel your best. And
She helps you see you.
Ooh, she helps you see you.
That's what I'm getting from the ladies that she's been photographing. How to say photographing. That's the word. I was like, I don't know this language. Oops.
But she does. She knows the language behind the lens, and to share her passion and her heart with us today is the amazing, beautiful, and empowered JeanKercheval.
Wow, thanks for the wonderful intro. Thank you for having me on the show too, Charlie and Heather. This is great. I appreciate it. And well, let's see. I'll try and introduce myself here. I've been in this business for about 8 years, but I've been photographing people for like 30 years. And back in the day when there was film and photographing families black and white and hand tinting them for a million years. But then I started my business about 8 years ago and didn't know what I was doing business wise, but was a good photographer and didn't have a target audience or know what I was doing. And then I found a mentor in business and photography, and got a certificate at UW, year-long certificate program, and got online coaching and everything. And so here I am today. And my passion is to help women see their beauty as I see it through a camera. And I've discovered through experience that I provide a very empowering and confidence building experience. And it, it didn't start out with realizing it that way until I saw that and saw it in my testimonials, and it was like, wow, this is really cool. And that was confidence building for me as well. And that's part of the why behind what I do, is just to provide this experience for people. And that's the photo shoot itself, is that because people come in with these concerns, and I can help them with that. And it's I feel like it's just amazing. It's something I can do. It's just
it is something you do that's so natural. It's your art form of how you capture the essence of your subject right in that moment, and showing like the spirit of and vibrance of life in your photography. It's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. That's what I enjoy about it. And one of the reasons I went into this business too is that my kids got older and I started to get really isolated, and I was just searching and searching for what I wanted to do. And what's your passion? That's what everybody says. And that's so tough on especially young people these days, and follow your passion. And I say follow your curiosity is what I tell them. But I always knew I was passionate about photography, but I never thought I would go into business and do it, and here I am. But what's I going to say? But anyway, yeah, now I lost my train of thought, of course, because here I am being recorded.
So Jean, take a minute and tell us a little bit about what it looks like to work with you.
Okay. Well, usually I tend to meet people through networking, either that or they contact me through my website, or else through referral. I get a lot of referrals. And so my first touch point, I guess you'd say, is either in person or through email typically. And I say, okay, let's chat. And so we set up a Zoom call usually. And so I like to show people, my pictures over Zoom. And then I asked them, how do you want to be photographed? And a lot of times this is personal branding. Occasionally it's for women that want to celebrate themselves, usually at a certain age, or else that want to gift pictures of themselves to like a partner or to themselves. Like I had one woman a couple months ago come in and say, oh, I'm turning 50. I really want to capture myself at this age, and it was for herself. And she was single, and she just thought this was what she really wanted to do, and it was beautiful. And we had a great time, and I made an album for her, and it was just really beautiful. But anyway, so we have an initial call, and I go over my process, what to expect. And we talk just a little bit about what their company or their business is, because it's typically women entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. And then like I said, how they want to be photographed, and set a date. And I send them a series of things. I send them a personal branding workbook, personal branding, and a wardrobe informational list, and then a list of photo ideas, like where they want to be, put the photos, like on their website, on their LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it happens to be, their book cover, so we have an idea of how to plan the shoot, and because you shoot according to different platforms and things like that. And I think that's about it. But on a Pinterest board, we make a vision board.
Okay.
And then we do a second Zoom where we go over what they answered in the personal branding workbook, and we kind of plan things out. Like I had a spiritual healer just the other day, and she wanted to bring her singing bowl and her drum and her crystals and her glasses that she uses. And so we had props for her in particular, or like a podcaster might want to bring their big microphone, and I've got a table, and they might want to, who knows? And but we plan the shoot, and I prompt them and help them. Or someone might want to bring a book, an author brought a book, and who knows, or a laptop, whatever. So we talk through all that, and then she can show me her wardrobe. I say, show me 5 outfits that or tops or whatever you might want to wear. And what else do we talk? We go through her Pinterest board if it's ready. And so we just kind of set, solidify what the plans are. And
that is a really big vision process to get everything ready, so that it's right for the client. As an individual, as a brand, it's like very personalized service to go into detail like that. That's amazing.
I try and just do one shoot a week.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to keep up here in my mind, And so then we have the photo shoot, and it lasts a few hours. I almost always have hair and makeup. That's important. And to up level your images, if you're going to spend all that, time, investment, and everything, you want to have images that look good. And she'll come here and bring her clothes. She usually brings more clothes than she's going to wear, because we pare down at the shoot, and then sits down, does hair and makeup. There's music, it's pampering, and then I guide her through the photo shoot. It's fun. There's music, and we just play around, and then she feels really good when she leaves. And then afterwards, I send her an online gallery and of several images and looks, and she can pick. And then if she wants to Zoom with me, because sometimes it's overwhelming, we can Zoom.
I was thinking, I was like, that sounds so overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I love them all. You're amazing. What?
No, you need me to narrow this
But
down.
this is me. Like,
Yeah.
Like you're looking at yourself. Like all of a
know.
sudden, that could be a moment.
Yeah, it is. I know. And then you can also share them with other people too. You can share your gallery with, your family member or whatever. And then I can Zoom with you, and then you pick the finals. And I edit everybody's. I just had a 25-year-old, and even her. I edit backgrounds and stuff too. But and then I give you your final images, and that's the whole process.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, we know many women who have worked with you, and they have nothing but rave reviews for your work. And you wanted to share some of those with our audience today. And for those of you listening in, I'm going to describe these images to you a little bit. And if you would like to see them for yourself, you can head over to the YouTube channel to check that out.
Okay, so share my screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay. And she is you know her.
Yes. So
she was on the podcast just last week, you guys. And this is even the image that we used.
It's it's a really
in
similar
her.
one. She had.
I would
so beautiful.
Pick that if I'd realized that. That was, she came up from Las Vegas to
Wow.
take pictures with me.
I love the lighting you're using, and I love the contrast of her in such beautiful colors with the white background.
Yeah,
She's
that's
on a white stool, and the textures in the carpet. Like, there's so much happening here for me. I love it.
Oh, thanks. I have two parts to my studio. It's not a huge studio, but I have two parts. This is a natural light part next to a curtain, a window. And then I have a part over on this side of me. On the left side, it's strobe, like a strobe light area. So there's a choice. This is Corey. Her name. I was gonna say names.
We really want her on the podcast, so yes, please drop her name. She's fabulous.
This photo of her.
We just jumped into my studio after that coffee, and
oh wow,
just for the heck of it, I threw this jumpsuit on her. That's my jumpsuit, and I said, "Okay, look proud." And that's all I said. I think I said that. I can't remember. I told her what to do, and she just freaked out over this picture. She said over text, I wonder if she's watching this, but she said, wow, I just got a physical feeling in my body when I saw this. This is what I aspire to be. And she said, oh, quite this yet, but I aspire to be this. So I printed it out for her, and I said, look at this. Look
you are, yeah.
On our accountability call earlier this week or last week, she said that you photographed inspirational her.
Oh, the one she inspires to be.
Yeah,
like you caught her
in her inspiration. She said, that's inspirational me.
Wow. Oh, that's so sweet of her.
Yeah. And I love this because it's not a traditional business or corporate pose, but it is very strong and powerful and beautiful and elegant, but still being very natural.
She doesn't even have shoes on. I mean, I love that because how many of us women would prefer not to have shoes on? And the power she's holding, even though she doesn't have on heels and a blazer, and I love it.
Still very.
Yeah, it's a very natural picture. She's not even wearing makeup or anything there.
No, wow, she's just her.
Yeah, she just jumped in there. So
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
And this woman, she wanted a very kind of edgy picture, is what she called it.
Yeah,
black and white. So she wanted her hair back and her black leather jacket with the white.
Kind of got a little bit of that 40s, 50s vibe to it with the leather jacket and the collar, and it's all black and white, and her hair slicked back, and the lighting on the one side. It's very chic.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
I like it.
Yeah.
And you might have seen this one. Karen used this one.
Oh.
I think that was a natural light. And this was for a hairstylist. This woman wasn't the client. I've done this this hairstylist like 5 shoots for this woman. And she keeps coming back for she puts the prints on her wall, she says, and she uses it all through her social media.
Oh, fun.
Cool.
Yes.
So you have a client that hired you to take pictures of their clients.
Yes.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Right?
Her hair. And then like she did one lady's hair twice, once with blonde. You could barely see it because she's Asian and has really, dark hair, of course. And she did blonde tips a little bit. You could barely see it. And then blue in her hair. Just you could barely see it. I just would go through post-processing that, the pictures and lightening up the blue a little bit because I can do that and to bring it out a little bit.
Very cool.
She's the coach
Oh.
from a couple years ago in 2020, and she just wanted to look warm and friendly.
Yeah,
it's very warm and friendly.
Yeah,
she looks like your mom or something, just sitting across the table, like, come on, honey, tell me what you got. Let me know. I love it.
Sweet. And this is actually inside. This is a backdrop back here.
Wow.
Someone else thought it was outside. Oh, there's Diane again. I put up 2 pictures of her.
No, but look at the contrast in them too, right?
This is more of a corporate business image than the other one. The other one was a little more playful. This says, I'm the woman that you want to talk to. I am in,
this is the laptop picture. This is the natural light too. I don't have very many up in my studio. Oh, this was kind of a glam shot.
Oh, that's fun.
How fun is that?
Yeah, this is not a branding shot, but I've kind of, because it seems like a lot of women are liking ending their branding shoots with a more feminine. I mean, this person is more like a model, but they're liking ending their branding shoots with a more feminine look with kind of, let me see, what do I have? Oh, not that. With a more of a glamorous look that they can print out and or even have in their business. I've had this happen a few times now. With not the white backdrop, but more like a dark backdrop.
More emotional. There's a more emotional,
like sexy.
Yeah.
More kind of more like Corey's.
Yeah.
The playful,
The
powerful.
Yeah.
Just almost not even more like a portrait, I guess you'd say. So I'm just playing around with that lately because it's fun. It's fun. It's fun for me, but it's fun for them too, to see themselves that way.
Right.
Do you know this person?
Yes, we do.
We do know her. She's amazing too.
Okay. And she wrote this book. And we did a fun photo shoot of her. So it's another branding.
She's got more books coming out too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
She does.
This is a coach. She came from like Idaho or something.
Wow.
And
again, in that natural light area of your studio is just beautiful.
Yeah, I ended up doing a lot in my natural light, and I do really like this setup here.
Yeah, and the pops of color with her scarf against the white backdrop with the natural light, and she looks comfortable, like she was just looking out the window or whatever.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And my makeup artist did a really good job here. This whole setup with her scarf and see the color of her face.
Yeah, all matching.
Let me see. I don't know what else. This is more glamorous. This is not really a branding shot, but I wanted it up, and I don't know what else I have. Oh, this is something totally different. But yeah, so that's some examples.
Those are beautiful.
Wow.
Those are beautiful. Wow, I'm in awe of the way you see women and the way you're able to bring that out in them, and the way you work with them over a course of time in order to make this just pure magic. And branding and all that stuff encompassed in one is just it's phenomenal to see. I didn't know that you went into that much detail when you worked with a client, and I feel like that's really important, especially when you're going and doing branding work and things like that, because you don't want to have to redo the branding in 6 months. You don't want to
Right.
have to redo the images and all that stuff.
I think that the depth you go into is where your images take that to that next level, right? And if you have never given yourself the gift of stepping into a studio and having pictures taken, you create such a safe spot to do that. So the magic that you create by spending all the time with your clients takes it to the next level. So that gift of confidence that comes, because when you look at the pictures of yourself that you created, that moment in time that you snapped, I like that at the person you aspire to be. That is so amazing, because we don't get to see that person for ourselves. And to see ourselves from behind your camera, huge gift to your confidence, to your legacies. There's so much that it gives you. It's not just a picture, a moment in time. It's really magical.
It is. And especially as we get a little older, right? Our kids, believe it or not, they like really nice pictures of their parents. They don't want the cheesy ones, right?
They don't want the pictures of their grandpa with his hair sticking up to be how he's remembered, right? Like, you want to have really amazing pictures to be remembered by,
and to gift your family.
Exactly.
And holidays
I
are
know
coming
that goes
up,
back
right?
to the old. It's kind of like, you should exist in pictures. I love that term, exist in pictures. I put it on my tags on Instagram, because you look at business and personal. Okay, for business, of course, you have to be visible and exist in pictures. I mean, that's just a given. Everybody knows that, to get clients or to just boost your business, right? But for personal, you should exist in pictures too, because what about when your grandkids or whoever your ancestors going to go back, or your great grandkids, and look for pictures of you? What if either they don't find anything, or they find you, with your family, not by yourself, or they find nothing, and or they can't find you because you're on a computer. They can't access the phone on your computer.
Like, well, this hard drive supposedly has pictures of,
I know.
So yeah.
I know I'm going to start printing things out. I told you I'm going to get a new price structure, and I'm going to start printing things out and giving them to people like complimentary, along with the images, digital images.
I think that is super valuable, because if they get just digital images and they use them on their social media and stuff like that, they exist on the internet forever, but they don't exist in your home,
right?
Forever that way. If you want, giving them a tangible photo to hang on their wall or to give as a gift or whatever, I think is a huge blessing, and the way you make the women that you photograph feel so confident and powerful and vibrant and amazing, because they are, but you bring that out in them, and it's just very, very magical, Jean. So thank you for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you for doing what you guys do. It's pretty special.
So what is the best way for a client to get a hold of you?
Let's see. Well, you can email me, and I just use my Jean, JEAN.Kercheval, KERCHEVAL @gmail.com.
Okay.
Or you can call me, and I guess it's right there.
Yes, and how to spell your name is right there on her side as well. Yes.
So that's 206-819-3540.
3540. Yeah.
Yes.
And or you can look me up at www.Kercheval Photography. Should I spell that or?
It's fine.
That's
It's right here.
It's right
Yeah.
here.
Kerchevalphotography.com.
And
Look
you're
me
also
up.
on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram under JeanKercheval, and feel free to go and look at my work there too. What else? Kercheval Photography on Facebook or JeanKercheval Facebook. You can always DM me on either Instagram or Facebook. And I'm not very good about LinkedIn. I mean, I get the emails if you contact me under, I don't know what I'm even on there, either Kercheval Photography or JeanKercheval. I think Kercheval Photography. And I'm just not sure. I'm not very active on there when I should be.
We can help with that.
Well,
Yeah, I
one
know.
thing at a time.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
You've been really focused on up-leveling your personal skills and really stepping into the magic of what you do. So I think you're doing just fine.
Oh,
We all have things that we could do better in our businesses, right?
Time, money, and energy.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
And how do we disperse it and still wear all of our hats? Yeah. So again, Jean, thank you so much for joining us today for today's podcast. It's really been a true blessing to get to know you and see your work. And I can't wait to experience your work here in the
future,
in the not so distant future, I think. So
and so be sure to look on our wall for any specials that or join our networking group to see any specials that Jean has offering. And we want to say thank you to our audience for joining us today, and don't forget to stay tuned to hear from Susan and Greta
for this quarter's Cause of the Quarter Appalachian Trail for Parkinson's disease. We'll see you next time. Namaste. Mwah.
So we are Sue and Greta, or our trail names are Lilo and Stitch, and we are hiking the whole Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia, so 2,194.3 miles. And we're doing it to raise $50,000 or more.
Yes.
For Parkinson's disease research.
Yeah, through the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and we are doing it all in honor of my dad, her husband, who was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease back in 2010. So, and we all know so many people who are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and we are trying to do our small part in the world of Parkinson's disease to find a cure.
Thank you for joining us today on the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. Please download the podcast on your favorite podcast player. We love you, and we will see you next time. Namaste.